As a retired financial advisor, one of the most common questions I used to get asked is, "Hey, Azul, how do I compare? Am I in the upper quartile? Am I in the upper half? Where do I fall?" And so in today's video, I want to share with you the 5 levels of wealth here in the United States. This is based on a study by the Federal Reserve. To begin, I want to share an article by Kathleen Coxwell, who works at Bolden. She wrote an article called, "Are you among the wealthiest top 5% of all retirees?" She goes through those 5 categories, so let's jump in and start off. She says that the poorest 20% have an average net worth of $10,000. Obviously, that's going to be a tough retirement if that's you. If that's you, stay to the end because I'm going to share some thoughts. The top 50% have an average net worth of $281,000. So you can see there's a big jump here. So this is the top 50%. So the bottom 50% have less than that. We're going to talk about the top 10%, the top 5%, even the top 1%. But first, I want to talk about who are these millionaires and how did they get there? Kathleen's article tells us this. They share a study by Ramsey Solution, which is a study on millionaires. From Kathleen's report, she says 70% earned less than $100,000 a year when they were working. So 70% of the millionaires in this Ramsey study never made more than $100,000 a year. That to me is amazing. They're just great savers. These are the millionaires next door. Only 20% of the millionaires had an inheritance. Now, a lot of folks think that millionaires got that way because they inherited that money. And as we'll see in the top 1%, that might be the case. But the vast majority, the average everyday millionaires did not get an inheritance. Okay, the top 5 professions for millionaires include engineers, accountants, teachers, managers, and attorneys. And they're also college educated, but most graduated from public universities and state schools. So you can see these are folks that probably like you and I worked hard, saved, lived within our means to build up their net worth. And when we're in retirement, one of the biggest expenses that we have, really, there's 2 large expenses that people underestimate. And I don't want you to underestimate these. The first one is taxes, but the other one is healthcare expenses. According to Fidelity Investments, the average 65-year-old is looking at $165,000 of costs over the rest of their lifetime for costs above and beyond what Medicare covers. And so making the right decision on your Medicare, both when you first enroll and then each year after, is really, really important to minimize how much of that out-of-pocket costs you're going to have to pay, which is why I am glad to partner with Chapter on this video. They are the sponsor of the video. They provide free Medicare advice for their clients. And what I like is they're experts in Medicare, but they're putting their clients' interests first. None of us want to deal with somebody that is going to be a high-pressure salesperson and pushing something that they get a big commission on. We want them understanding what our situation is. We want them listening first, understand our situation, and then make a recommendation based on what's best for us. And that's why I'm proud to partner with Chapter, because I believe that's the case. And I believe it's the case because of comments like this by viewers of my videos. This is one of my viewers that called Chapter, and here's the comment that they left in my video. Chapter, pleasantly surprised. I called thinking they would just try to push hard on some advantage plan. They did not. He actually said that original Medicare and a supplement were the best choices. Not sure how he, Chapter, makes any money off of that advice, but their street cred sure goes up with me because I didn't get the expected car sales guy-like pitch. So if you want to make good decisions on your Medicare, either when you first enroll or each year thereafter, I think we should all be calling a Medicare advisor to make sure we're in the right plan. If you want experts, if you want people that are going to put your interests first, as opposed to being a hard pressure salespeople, give Chapter a call. You can reach them at this phone number or at this QR code here. Thank you again, Chapter, for sponsoring this video. Okay, back to the 5 levels of wealth in Kathleen Coxwell's article. Now we're going to talk about the top 10%, the top 5%, and the top 1%. The wealthiest 10% have almost $2 million, $1.9 million. The top 5% have an average wealth of $3.2 million. And to be in the top 1% for retirement wealth, believe it or not, you have to have a net worth of over $15 million, $16.7 million. That's a lot of money. Okay, I think it's interesting to look at Bolden. Kathleen Coxwell works at Bolden. I believe she's one of the co-founders there. So they provide software to help people create their own financial plans. And I personally think the gold standard for creating a financial plan is to work with a financial advisor, somebody that's a fiduciary to you all the time. I like what's called fee-only financial planners. But I know a lot of my audience is never going to work with a fee-only financial advisor just because it can be expensive. If that's you, I urge you not to use Google Sheets or Excel. The software that I like is actually Bolden. If you use this link here, I am an affiliate of Bolden, and you'll be supporting the channel. But I think it's interesting. What's the average net worth of a Bolden user, of somebody that uses the Bolden software to create their financial plan, to create their retirement plan? And it's actually just over $3 million. So it's software that's good at various levels. Regardless of where you are, you can use Bolden to help you. Again, code to support the channel when you sign up for Bolden. If you want to try it out, there is a free trial. This is the link here. Okay, but Kathleen says you don't have to be anywhere close to a millionaire to have a secure retirement. I agree with this. And she says it actually doesn't matter if you're a millionaire now. It doesn't even matter if you're on track to become one or not. Everyone can have a secure retirement. It just takes having a plan. You can see here in this Wall Street Journal article, I'm sorry, it's not an article, it's an op-ed where it talks about why you don't need to be a millionaire in order to have a secure retirement. So I agree with Kathleen. And the reason for that is, again, according to this op-ed piece, Social Security benefits are much more generous than a lot of people think, and they've done quite well keeping people, which is what it's designed for, to live above the poverty line. And then Kathleen says you can use the Bolden Retirement Planner to create or update your plan for the secure future you want, whether that means living on Social Security alone, working past the age of 65, or retiring in your 40s. Like I said, I'm a fan of Bolden. You can find the Bolden QR code here. And if you enjoyed this video, I think the next video of mine specifically for you that you'll enjoy is this article here, 8 things, not article, video, 8 things to stop doing in your 60s in order to enjoy your journey until you get to retire. Thanks for watching this video. Bye-bye.